Hey everybody, this is Robbie. It's time to finish this. Once and for all. Time to go through Resentment Central's final stop. Which is ironically, not ironically, but coincidentally where it heats up the most. Sunday. The day when MC has a lot to talk about with Sayori and Yuri. Well, let's get this over with. He poked his head. I'm not gonna bother fixing this. It'll probably fix itself, hopefully. He poked his head in the door, the most genuine look of concern on his face. Hi, Robbie. Okay, actually, no, never mind. It's okay. Really should have saved at an earlier point. Later point. Yeah, no, this is... There are chapters, so I'm just gonna go there. Buddy, you are in for a rough time. And that's a great sign. Isn't it? I smiled nervously, my sour feeling coming back as soon as I saw him. This is gonna be fun, isn't it? Why do I feel so angry? I don't know. Why are you throwing away years of childhood friendship? He came over and sat down next to me, staring at me as I felt my nerves kick in. Why did he... This is uncomfortable. You haven't been over here like this in a long time. We are at the point where this guy just sitting next to someone is apparently a crime. I do not want to live in this version of the... What? He nodded robotically. I guess you're right. This place hasn't changed very much. He looked around and I joined him as he looked. My room was a bit of an over-exaggerated mess. It's because you never come over. He frowned. So I'm just your personal butler? Uh-oh. Oh, yeah, this is the day where he also says... things. That isn't right at all. Or maybe he hasn't said that before? What? I have no idea anymore. No, it's just you always cleaned it for me, so I trailed off. That wasn't the response I was Aren't you supposed to be meeting Yuri today? He seemed surprised. How did you know about that? I smiled a little as I looked away, my head a swirl of confusion. Monica told me. I mean, I'm her vice president and stuff. It's kind of my job to know, isn't it? He nodded in agreement as he leaned back, his lips parted slightly. Why is he acting so funny? You were literally told he'd be more human here. It's like asking for pineapple on your pizza and then being shocked there's pineapple on it. It's like, what? Aren't you gonna be helping Monica today? I shook my head. I'm only gonna be talking online through, voice calls and stuff. He nodded. So it's just gonna be me and Yuri today. Yuri and I... Who the fuck cares about grammar in this? Yep, just making a pointless correction. Okay, it's it's the literature club. Of course they care about grammar, but that just seems petty. Like Yuri and I, because I gotta find a way to justify this somehow, I guess. Like, he made a sentence mistake. Ooh. I felt my worries for Yuri take over my sour feeling, my stomach churning. Talking funny... What? Torturing you? Okay, maybe you're talking about the player here. Right? You're talking about the player, not MC, because the only torture I can think of is his chocolate conquest, and even that's completely ridiculous. I just wanted to see how you were doing was all, Sayori. Can't blame a guy for doing that. You know, since you left so early on Friday. Or is it now a crime to just be concerned for your childhood friend of years? Whatever. I looked at him. I'm doing good. I was just tired on Friday was all. I looked down at my feet. It's no good, Robbie. I showed off. Something else happening in my gut. It was beginning to feel overwhelming just to simply talk to him. What? Huh? He sounded like a brick. Yeah, because bricks totally... What? My anger swelling up again? It's just simple confusion. And like, how would I I'm doing good. Just tired on Friday was all. It's no good. I'd kinda be confused too? What? I'm not supposed to feel this way. I'm supposed to feel happy. Aren't you supposed to make me happy? Oh, there's no two in that sentence. The T-O. If you're gonna make petty grammar corrections, two can play at that game. I looked at him. All that's happened now has been pain. This is my punishment, isn't it? Being so selfish and not talking or even attempting to connect with someone. He seemed baffled by my words as I continued my speech. The world just wants to torture me for everything I've done. Or everything you're going to do? I have no idea. That's why you're here, isn't it? Just to torture me. I'm pretty sure she now meant that. At this point. Wouldn't surprise me. You know, since her childhood friendship might as well have been a lie. He grabbed my shoulders without warning, my body freezing up at his warm touch. You're acting like he's holding you at freaking gunpoint. What the hell? Sarah, do you hear what you're saying about yourself? I pushed him away from me, my frown taking over. But why did you trap me like this? Why? I looked away from him, his character appearing more distressed by the second. He just didn't see it till now. He seemed confused. See, what until now? Sayori, you're confusing me. I looked at him. Do I really have to spell it out for you? He looked dumbfounded. Monica was right. He does seem more human. And he seems even dumber than before, too. Yep. You see, Robbie, I've had really bad depression my entire life, even when we were kids. I trailed off. It only got worse as I got older, but it hit a new point when I brought you to the club. For completely different reasons. I swallowed once. I thought you being around would make me happier, make me feel less pain. I looked up at him. His eyes remaining both motionless and emotionless. Why does it have to be him? What, him you're gonna kill? Him who you're supposed to love? Or were you complaining about the fact that he's your childhood friend? But I don't feel better. In fact, I feel worse. I feel my tears swell up. Why eat? Why sleep? Why try? Felt my thoughts become jumbled as my emotions took over. Why do anything? He seemed stunned by my outburst, tears beginning to stream down my face. quick sec, I'm gonna contact someone, or talk to, I don't know. Just be right back. Sorry for the break so early on. Right, I'm back. Told you it'd be quick. I didn't have to be him! I don't know. I honestly don't know anymore. Why? He spoke softly. Why, Sarah? Alright, this dumb line. Why is it that you've never told me about this? It almost feels like I've been betrayed as your close friend. Yeah, that was a yeah, no, that's a stupid line. I don't like it. It's one of the... But... if I knew, I would have done everything I could to support you. He's trying. Even if there's only so much... I would have tried a little bit harder to make every day a little better for you. He ended off with this hopeful ending. Oh, my heart and head agreeing to something for the first time since I initially woke up. He really is a self-centered ass. Yeah, because that's what I think when I think self-centered. Trying a bit harder to make the day better. I guess I get it from a standpoint of knight in shining armor or something, but... What? He wants to support you! How the fuck is that self-centered? This isn't even about me. He's freaking out because I never shared it with him. You know, your childhood friend? You drifted away in high school. Oh, what do you mean he never cared? A guy you never visited, a guy you never cared. Even in the club I invited him to, but he just ignores me. You have a route in-game! My revelation, yeah, revelation, more like bullshit, continued to sink in. You don't get it. You don't. I looked at him, my tears clearing up. You being around, it hurts me. You knowing my feelings would simply hurt me more. I clenched my fist. It's bittersweet. Someone knows, but it doesn't help. It just hurts. I looked away from him, my heart wishing for someone else. Yeah, well, so's mine. That's why I wanted you to befriend everyone else. I didn't want to hurt myself anymore. You kept hurting him. He shook his head. You're right that I don't understand. I don't understand your feelings at all, Sarah. But I don't need to understand. Oh, alright, this is another weird one. Of course you need to... Whatever it takes me. That's what I'll do. I looked at him. He seemed serious, but I knew under that was just someone else acting. Oh, sure, when he says his little betrayed me as my close friend, he's an outsider ass. But when he's actually being supportive and sweet, that's just acting! What a great friend you are, Sayori. Hey, there isn't anything you could do to change this. Nothing at all. It's just pain. smiled finally. He seemed taken aback. You joining the club was supposed to help me, not destroy me. You were supposed to help me. I laughed as I wiped my face. You haven't. You haven't. He suddenly hugged me. My eyes widened, my mind whirling as he gripped me. Torturing! Because giving a hug is now torture! So we've gone from feeding chocolate being a conquest, as hands on the shoulder being treated as if you're wrapped up in chains, and speaking of that, giving hugs being considered freaking torture. What a topsy-turvy world this is, huh? Siri, I don't care if you feel selfish. I'm really happy that you convinced me to join the club. Seeing you every day makes it worthwhile enough. If I make friends with everyone else, then it's just a bonus. But please, never underestimate how much I care about you. I wouldn't have it any other way. I let my arms hang limp, refusing to even hug him back. He's still just talking about himself. Why is he so... Well, I mean... I think at this point of the game he inferred she's happy when other people are happy. So if I say how happy I am, then that's probably the inference. But let me guess, so... selfish. If you have it in you to call yourself selfish, then you have to let me be selfish too. No matter what it takes, I'll figure out what needs to change. I'll make these feelings go away. Yeah, no, you can't. And if there's anything that you need me to do, then you better... Okay. This is full of weird lines more than I read it. I finally hugged him back, my silence filling the room. Sayori. He pulled away. He looked at me concerned as I looked away from him. I couldn't even bring myself to look him in the eye. Your childhood friend, huh? Look, would you like to attend the festival with me? Just us two? Yeah, I guess so. No, absolutely not. He seemed relieved, even though my answer was barely spoken. Alright, I promise. Just us two. All day. I nodded solemnly as he stood up. Will you be alright? I have to go. I nodded as he made his way to the door, stopping for a moment. It's kind of hard for me to fully understand, but I'm trying my hardest. And in the end, that's all you can ask anyone to really do. And yet that still isn't enough, isn't it? I nodded again. He sighed as he left my room. I looked over at my closet, remembering how proudly I had thrown away my noose. Still not worth it. I felt fresh tears begin to stream down my face as I heard my front door close. I felt my body shudder as my back door opened and closed. I shrunk down onto my bed, tightening myself up into a ball. Sayori. A quiet voice came from outside the door. It sounded like... What? I looked up at my door as it opened, and I saw Natsuki poking her head in the door. You alright? Monica is downstairs. I nodded. I'm alright, just a little shaken up, I guess. Yeah, someone giving me a hug? Okay, no. Whatever. She seemed worried. He gave me a hug! Natsuki, you don't understand! Okay, maybe I could focus more on the weird as hell lines that were said, but that's the base game. Monica told me it would be rough today, but you look like garbage. She crossed her arms. I know how to cheer you up. I looked at her confused. Come on. Hey, We just got done with the we just got done with, you know, MC's little talk with Sayori. Sayori treated a hug like it was like torture. And she really wanted to see someone else. Some childhood friend. Yup. You know. When he's doing one thing, he's a self-centered ass. But when he's actually being supportive, then someone else is acting. It's a double standard, I guess. And I have a feeling it's only going to get worse from here. You did watch, like, the rest of the... You know what the synopsis says? You get to watch the Dokis grow into better people. Because when I think better people, I think of someone who's so willing to throw away a childhood friendship to the point of forgetting about it. Outed it up. I think of constant resentment. She held her hand out. I hesitated for a moment, but I grabbed her hand, smiling a little. Yeah, this is a lot of... Yeah, this is a bunch of BS. I then stood up as she smirked at me. Yeah. Better people, huh? Yeah. Better people wouldn't kill someone or constantly talk about getting rid of them. See? It isn't hard even when you're feeling down. It still is. I smiled haphazardly. Natsuki seeming worried. Enough goofing around. You're literally a... She walked out of my room as I went back to my bed. No, he fucking wasn't! Would someone self-centered make the festival like a day about the two of them? Promise to support someone, no matter what? Could have said better words to convey that. I do still agree that the lines he said in the original, like, base game talk during the original reveal were really weird. But, I don't know, again, it's like... Oh, which mod? Or is it a mod you're making? And the mate... For... A new demo for what? Oh, wait, for your... Okay. I really should let go if it comes down to it. Oh, Sayori, you probably already have. I sigh, but I'll see you after tonight. Monica said twice for me. Oh, you're still giving him a chance? Oh, welcome to the... Oh, that's your mod? I didn't know that. Well, if your mod is MC hate, hopefully it's like, the MC's like, wow, my past behavior was weird, or something, but I'm gonna become a better person, instead of nobody giving him the chance to actually become a better person. Again, I'll play it in due time, don't worry. This feeling in my stomach is getting worse. Oh, let's see how Yuri... Oh, speaking of Yuri, let's see how she's doing. I do hope Sayori is okay. I sighed quietly as I stood in front of his house, looking at his door. So plain. I put my hand on it, feeling the rougher edges. No reason. Well, like I said, correlation equals causation, I guess. That's code for I have no idea. Sorry, it's just... A bit dimmy, too. Smiled to myself. What even? Yeah, sure, let's insult the front door. We're total... Why? Yeah, ha ha ha. Pat yourself on the back there for that one. Yes, wonderful. Again, this mod really doesn't portray these characters in a good light. I hummed to myself. I am too! Oh, I've been mad at the characters this entire mod! This is so weird! The quietness made everything seem desolate. Which it is! I leaned up on his doorlet. Silently. The longer it takes, the better. Because, you know... very unwelcome noise. Let me take your... Yay! Yuri? His voice pierced the air, causing me to stand up in attention. Ah, you're here. Thank goodness. Oh, you mean like this mod, or... I don't know. But like I keep saying, it's... Yep. And like I keep saying, it's Resentment Central. I smiled as you're here early. I felt a bit of panic rise in my chest. Was I supposed to be? No, I just, got here. I did get a little worried when nobody answered the door, though. The insulted door. Why are we doing this? He smiled sheepishly as he opened the door for me. The two of us entering. Huh? I felt a bit of confusion as I looked around. Why does this look familiar? It hit me. I had been there before. What? Wait, what? Never mind. It's not important. Even though it is kind of weird. Yeah, let's head upstairs. I see you brought quite a bit of stuff with you. Yeah, pretty much. But again, remember, it's just this mod. There are better mods that portray the characters much better. Especially Yuri ones, so... I realized my hands were empty, but he was looking out at the porch. Oh dear me, I nearly forgot it. Oh no. I picked it up before we made our way up the stairs to his room. You got everything, right? He nodded as we entered. I glanced around worriedly. This looks strangely clean. I'm glad you were expecting the room to be a pigsty. Oh, whatever. Backhanded, but it's still a compliment, so one of the very few given that are kind of... But... I put my stuff down on the floor, my curiosity piqued. Is something wrong? I shook my head. No, not at all, it's just so clean. I said it softly as I looked around. Oh, obviously, I wouldn't want someone to come over and think I'm a heathen. That's common courtesy. I smiled a little, trying to find comfort in his words somewhere. At least as he's a little funny, I can play this safe a bit. I walked over to his desk and went to open one of his drawers. Hey, wait! He suddenly grabbed my wrist, my hand clenching as I away from it, holding it. Well, you were gonna open a drawer that he probably didn't want you to open. Instincts! Ever heard of them? And he didn't realize that was your cutting arm? What? I'm sorry, please don't go in there, okay? I nodded as I held my wrist close before sitting down across from him, rubbing it gently. Sorry, I wasn't really thinking, I just wanted to see what was inside was all. He shook his head. It's fine, it's fine. There was a moment of silence as I looked down at his floor. So, you want to get started? I looked up. Yes, of course. I pulled the bag over and emptied its contents out as he watched me intently. So, we're gonna spend today working on creating decorations and some atmospheric enhancements. I spoke calmly and clearly, hoping you would understand. Atmospheric enhancements? I sighed, annoyed with him. Yeah, what else is new? Like, yeah, the festival. Wink. Yeah, it's gonna be a festival, alright? I keep calling it rather than for a reason. He seemed a bit surprised. I didn't think you would take it that far. I laughed. Well, of course I would. I want everyone who comes by to check us out to feel an experience. Well, I'm certainly feeling one. To be taken away into a world that is not of this one at all. I smiled as I spoke. I want them to feel it, not just hear it said, you know? He seemed lost even when I explained it to him. I forgot how intense you can be. I felt confusion at that. Intense? I don't know, it's pretty... The VODs, the plan to get rid of him. It happens on Monday, and Monday's the festival. I've inferred that get rid of him is equivalent to, like, either murder or, like doing some other thing to, like, get him out, so, hence, I've called it Murder Monday. I should probably stop, though. I don't know. Or not. I honestly don't know. You have watched, like, the other... VODs, right? I have no idea. I'm not sure yet. Who knows? I am not sure, but I wouldn't go so far as to call them on 0 out of 10. It is really bad, but there are good moments. Like the coding club. That was fun. We got to escape the resentment and just go to a little fun club thing. And then go right and... yeah, it was a cool idea. And then, and you know... I just can't resist, so... yeah, it's kind of one of the things I like about you, how intense you are. I chewed on my tongue a little. I think that's the best way to put it anyways. My train of thought didn't even have time to exist. Yes, that's a good way to put it. Plus, it makes me happy to know that it makes you happy. A page from Monica's book. It makes me feel relieved. He smiled. Smugly? No, that does not look smug at all. Just, nope. Smugly would be the... yeah. Yeah, this smug... yeah, tell me, this smile doesn't look smug. It looks like... yay, compliments! Well, good. No reason to feel anxious. It's just me, after all. I mean, unless you're... I felt a bit off-put by that remark, but I did my best to ignore it. Relax. I brought some things to help us relax. I swallowed once, not wanting to waste my precious oil for this. What? Oh. Yeah, those are the ones for the counter. We're at 70 now. Could have broken out confetti cannons, but that's not really something to celebrate. Oh, yeah, like what? I don't know. I laughed. Let me show you. I went into my bag, digging through it and finding my candles in my special diffuser. I pulled them out and held them out to him. He curiously eyed over the foreign objects, slight intrigue lighting up his otherwise blank face. I was going to light the candles and use this diffuser during the festival to add to the room. He looked at the diffuser with the same odd expression. Diffuser? What is that used for? I smiled as my knowledge came up. It's used to, well, diffuse essential oils for aromatherapy. I placed it down and looked at it sadly, knowing its precious liquid was about to be wasted. You can code in more. Chill. I don't really know much about that stuff. I nodded. It's alright. Aromatherapy is good for establishing a positive atmosphere and creating a good emotional balance. Something literally every doki in this mod needs. A perfect mood setter. I smiled again. I enjoyed being knowledgeable in things. Here, let me show you how it works. I pressed the button on the bottom of the diffuser, the precious liquid spraying up into the air. The character model smiled slightly, but that same hollowness remained in his expression. Real? Yeah. That smells wonderful. What is that? I smiled a little. It's jasmine essential oil. It smells flowery and sweet, right? Yeah, he's a character model. Just like literally all the other characters in this mod. But we could just forget that little tidbit, right? I nodded as I got comfy, trying to ignore the slowly intoxicating smell taking over. Jasmine is good for many things besides being an excellent relaxant. It also serves as enhancers for emotions and making them course through your body. Very specific emotions that... Yeah, I've heard. That sounds really suitable for reading poetry, actually. It's very smart of you, Yuri. I smiled as he complimented me. Yes. I reached into my bag and pulled out several small spools of ribbon, placing them down gently. Ribbon? I looked up. Yes, did you purchase that origami paper I asked for? Wait, we're switching perspectives? Okay. Oh. Broken, huh? You mean the Dokis? Well, that can't be it, because they're self-aware! With Codebreaker? You remember Codebreaker, the thing we used at the beginning and never again? Even though we definitely could have used it on MC and gotten a much more interesting and better mod out of it. As he has to say, this almost feels like you're betraying me as my close friend. And then him cringing like, oh, that's a bad line, no. But no. We don't do that. Instead, we're stuck here. In Resentment Central. That's my little... And that's my nickname for this mod. In fact, it perfectly describes it. Resentment Central. Sayori said it quietly as she sat there, curled up on the couch. Natsuki and I listening to her spill out how she... Oh, fuck off. Plain rude. What are we just... Bullshit! What? Again. What? I know! What the fuck? That is just plain wrong! And believe me, I have said those... And believe me, I have said these exact words in Exit Music Redux a lot. It does not portray Natsuki well. But why am I bringing that up? I don't know. Natsuki said it as she crossed her arms. What do you mean? This is actual bullshit! What? How cruel are you to hug someone, feed them chocolate, be there for someone even if you say the wrong things? What even? Oh yeah, here it is. This bullshit? How cruel do you have to be to give someone a hug and support them and make the festive, and spend spend the festival day, the two of you, together. It's so... Yeah, huh? Yeah, I know, right? Cruel? Really? He tried to lend a hand. He tried to help. And And this is how he gets repaid, huh? Some friends they are. Some childhood friend this Sayori is. Oh right, I forgot. I'm putting that in quotes now, because they were never childhood friends. I highly doubt it at this point. She didn't seem to mind. She didn't bother to return the hug. It's alright. You know full well that all of that is scripted, Sayori. It's the Yeah. It's not the way she's written. That's the problem, Monica. She looked up at me, cutting off my consolations. She spoke loudly with an unexpected passion that managed to catch me and even Natsuki. Some media direct what he said, didn't they? Wow, now we're just taking digs at the writers. That was... Someone had to make the choice to make him a big fat jerk into me. Oh, so you realize? Oh, so you realize that he's a character then? I don't know anymore. She put her head between her knees, her entire frame being shaken as she crawled into herself. Sayori, I didn't know what to say. She was right about it all, wasn't she? That's the problem with this mod. It knows the character's a character. It knows the MC character's a character, but still has the other characters take digs at him the whole time. Someone had to write all of that at some point. It's fine, Sayori, we're almost done with him. Yeah, we get to ruin his... Guess I was right! The festival! Get to ruin his day and ruin his life, huh? Natsuki stood up and... Yeah, what are you gonna say now? Once he's gone, we can do... Huh. Sayori looked... The shy smile creeping on everything. All three of you have been so nice to me. It's hard to imagine what I would have done. She rested her chin on her knees. A quiet, somewhat tense silence fell between the three of us. Everything will be alright, I promise. I believe you, I do, but I can't shake this feeling I have in my tummy. What feeling? Yeah, what feeling? She looked up at me. Just this raw feeling. I feel angry, but it's different. Yeah? That's the only thing that the two of us are actually feeling. Huh. Friend? But I guess we were never really friends, huh? What? Sayori. I looked over at Natsuki. She shrugged, yeah. Like, angry, or like... She shook her head, silently telling us that wasn't what she was going with. Like, the kind of angry Natsuki has when she gets mad over losing. Natsuki's face turned a bright shade of red. Hey, now, don't use me for your comparisons! Oh! I'm having so much fun. Sarah giggled lightly as Natsuki's lips scrunched together. I'm sorry, she hung her head slightly, not meeting mine or Natsuki's gaze. I just don't know how to describe it. It's just... weird. Natsuki shrugged. I get it. Let's just play some games and I'll show you my anger. She came over to the couch. I scooched out of the way to the best of my ability, so I restricted my movement. She shook her head when I tried to separate from her to accommodate for a pink-haired friend. I guess she still needs time to recuperate from the evils of hugging her. Yeah. Oh, meanwhile, back at MC's house, you know, this poor guy. I had pulled out one of my fancier knives. The MC watching my movements as I gently unsheathed the blade. Whoa, that's not just your normal type of knife, is it? I laughed a little. Well, you're gonna think I'm weird for this. I looked at the blade, a slight burning sensation creeping on my arm. Huh? Weird for what? I stared at my blade, doing my best to set aside the burning. Well, I'm really into knives. In fact, I collect them. I continued to stare at it, the burning sensation in my arm slowly increasing its intensity. Is the oil starting to get to me? I haven't had the urge to do this since... I looked at him, my concentration broken. No, he isn't. Yeah, he shook his head. No, I'm laughing at how nervous you are about the stuff. I think it's really cool. Oh, that's how I was supposed to read that. My bad, I didn't know we were being completely wrong about inferences. You know, sounding almost sarcastic. This is the thing. This is apparently both hollow, a condescending glare, and a smug stare. And then if he closes his eyes up, that's a smug smile. It's like we're just making stuff up that's false. Like, true or false. This is a condescending glare, and they keep answering true. It's so weird. Yeah, it's definitely... Yeah. It's annoying me too, but you're making it bearable. Thank you for being here on this ride with me. Really? Would you like to hold it? Yeah, great, wonderful. I wrote something here. Yuri doesn't like violence. She says a line, I guess, that states she doesn't. Glad that went to Hypocriteville. Yeah, sure. I held it out for him. He took it from me and examined it. Wow, it's well taken care of, too. It was just one note. It's just one note. And I thought, you know, I could, you know. So I'll oh, what happened? Yeah, he is. Yeah, well. Thinking, what happened? What do you mean, what is he doing? Tell me what he's doing! I don't know! Maybe because... gee, I wonder why I didn't listen to the person who keeps insulting me behind my back. Go through the right door... What even? Oh, a raid! With a party of 5. Welcome, Raiders, to one of the worst DDLC mods of all time. Welcome to Resentment Central. We've racked up 73 insults because the Tokis just keep having a freaking field day. This is Lost Ascension. Well, Pink Eye is written as like a... well, I don't really count Pink Eye, because that was written... because it's written as like a, you know, shitpost mod in a sense, but... Actually, no. Purple Troubles is the mod, actually. That's the really bad mod, but... Yeah, welcome! Show myself clear of this alien thought. Yeah, Purple Troubles is a really bad mod. And also, thanks for the oh, what's so bad? A lot! But to name a few... The fuck? What? Alexa! Turn off! I don't know why it just suddenly played Harry Potter. Anyways, so what's so bad about it? Constant resentment of the MC, even though they do acknowledge he's a character. They use Codebreaker on the other Dokis at the beginning of this mod, but never once think to use it on MC. They think I don't know what they're planning for, like, the festival, but it's really bad. And constant resentment. Just so much resentment of this poor MC. When he's doing nothing that bad. You have to, like... this is like... I can't really just... Yeah, a lot of resentment of this poor man. And there's so much! And yeah, it's like... Get out of character? What about... So we traded a freaking hug from MC as if she was being stabbed. Wait, what? Don't remember that from the... I mean, I guess in terms of, like, if you're on Yuri's route, then suddenly it's like Sarah with the Revelation. It's like, no, I'll spend the festival with you, too. So, don't know. But... even if he was playing Devil's Advocate, he doesn't deserve constant... Even if he was... Yeah, Purple Trouble says NFSW. I'm not streaming that mod. It's really bad, though, but... This is... Yeah, and I do get it. He does have weird lines, but... he does care. In a way. But I'm getting off. Enough kill too. Even if he was leaking them on, he doesn't deserve this constant resentment, constant behind-the-back talk with the plan of getting rid of him. Yeah, not even joking. That's the 5th complaint. Where did that come from? Ow! He poked the tip of the blade, and as expected, his finger began to bleed. Nevertheless, I feigned shock and concern for him, because why would anyone feel concern for this guy? Oh no, you don't understand. Oh no, you don't understand. And they treat... And speaking of Natsuki, she treats the entirety of the Sayori Depression reveal scene as he's a self-centered jerk. He's so cruel. How could we fall in love with that jerk? Not even kidding. That's actually what she says. I wish I was kidding. I wish. But nope. She isn't. They called the scene where MC like puts chocolate in Yuri's mouth a chocolate conquest. For some reason. I don't know, he's looking at him. I don't know, maybe he's never held a knife like that before and wanted to examine all of it. Yuri, maybe think about that. It's alright. He looks at his finger, my next move playing in my head. I bit my own lip, not wanting to pressure myself. Whether it be from sheer will or the intoxicating oil, something drove me forward to latch onto his finger. Huh? What? Oh, what's my favorite DDLC mod? Club meetings! It's... the more I think about it, it's kind of like a better version of this mod in a sense. I mean, it more so deals with the aftermath of, like, events, so I could really say that, but it is so much better than this. It's very well written. It's very well written, very creative in terms of poetry, and really good writing, and the MC actually gets a chance to shine. So, yeah, it's a really good mod. Hey, he pulled his hand back, looking a bit terrified. I'm sorry, I don't know what came over me. I really don't. I looked away from him, trying to It's alright, he lay near me, grabbing my hand. Hey, what are you? He suddenly licked my finger. Now, I heard rushing you from wanting to scream to wanting to slap. Well, you lick his. You know. You're the one who licked his wound. So, well, maybe I should do the same. Gonna take a little. Gonna be right back. Gonna process parts of this. Alright, I'm back! Yeah, World of Dreams is a really good mod. Like, so much I was put into this, and... Oh, who's my favorite? Well, in terms of the Dokis, if we're talking... well... Nobody in this mod, but other than... like, this mod, Sayori. She's really bubbly, cheery, and fun to be around. When she's not throwing away years of childhood friendship. But then again, that is... Yeah. Not this mod, though. Not this one. Yeah. He was trying to make things even, you know. There, even. Ah, second favorite. Who's your favorite? Cute Pie Twins? I hope I pronounced it. Right, shouldn't you go? They're bandaged up, though. Ah. Yeah, Natsuki's a good character. You know. In other mods, of course. In this one, she just makes shit up, so I don't know what to say. Yeah, I get that too, like, abrasiveness, and in terms of the modding scene, she's not really, it's, I don't know. Stuff like mods like Exit Music Redux. I've heard our Castle Walls struggle. Definitely our Precious Natsuki. Those are the four I think of that I've heard don't really portray her, like, as a good person, but I have seen mods where, like, if you mods with she's given the chance. You know, Summer Hope. Again, I have heard. Again, that's just here. I'm just talking about hearsay in terms of our Castle Walls, so who knows? Yeah, she's a pretty good character if mods, like, give her the chance to be one. Anyway, it isn't bleeding so it isn't a big deal. I sighed, having hoped for a moment of silence. I see. I held up the ribbon, beginning the process of cutting through it all for our first batch of decorations. There we are. After a little bit of time, we finished our work. I sighed happily. They all look great, Yuri. He said it cheerfully as I smiled, pulling out the next major project. This is for a banner I'd like to create. I brought out 2 plastic cups holding them out to him. Could you go fill these up? We're going to use watercolored paint. Don't put too much water in. He nodded as he got up and exited the room. The instant he was out of sight, I sat back down and looked down at my arm, rolling up my sleeve to examine. Oh God, I felt up and down my arm. My scars were burning up under the smell of the jasmine. Didn't think I would be this desperate ever. I gently gripped my arm. I hoped to distill some of the heat before hearing the sound of his footsteps quickly approach. I hurriedly rolled my sleeve as he entered. Ah, you're back! He sat down across from me. Are you okay? Your face is a little red. Is it hot in here to you? I smiled, not wanting to make this worse. I'm perfectly fine. Let's continue. It is really hard. It has been for a while. So I'm going to mix these paint colors together. For the banner, I've decided we should create a gradient, like a transition from sunrise to sunset. He nodded. He seemed to be okay with that idea as I went through the process of mixing the paint. Eventually, the two of us went on opposite ends of the banner. I started off by painting a mixture of dots across the banner to outline where ink should start and end. Okay. Again, I'll have to play the mod myself to properly see that. There was silence between us for an extended while, merely the occasional bit of chatter picking up. I had nearly forgotten about the next part. Oh. I rolled back, holding a hand in my head. Oh god, I'm so sorry! He sounded concerned. When I got the paint on your face, I'll be right back. He stood up and exited the room, I gently nudged in my head. He should watch where he's going. Here. He came back into the room and kneeled down near me, placing a warm rag on my face. I instinctively put a hand on top of his. Is something wrong? I felt my embarrassment levels go through the roof. No, it's just warm is all. This feels wrong. He gently pats my face and neck, getting the paint off. I struggled with myself eternally before finally grabbing his hand and holding it still. Huh? Is something wrong? I shook my head. No, just stay like this for a minute, okay? He seemed stunned, but he obliged, looking at me. Jasmine. I smiled a little, my heart feeling a little less stuck on itself as I looked at him. Jasmine, I could feel I'm getting lost in his wonderful. Oh shit, that went by. Jasmine! If Jasmine, it makes you feel just a little bit of care for him. And maybe the rest of the club needs it. Oh, no, I don't want to quit. Game isn't over yet. Sorry, I don't know what came over me. I looked over at the Jasmine diffuser, my breath feeling heavier. That shouldn't have happened. You literally said it yourself. Jasmine oil? Does things to your emotions? You said it yourself, how did you? Whatever. It's alright. He sat down across to me, the two of us picking up our brushes and continuing our work. That was intoxicating. I need to get out of here before that stuff messes with my head. Oh look, more bonding moments. Dang it! Natsuki huffed as she slumped to a spot on the couch, Sayori having literally beaten her at her own game. Well, looks like we have a new champion. Oh, don't fight. Oh, don't do this. I said it while laughing, a bit of gravity forced to my voice. She just got lucky. I swear I'm gonna beat you this time. Meanwhile, I'm still here wondering. So many things. Natsuki sounded determined as the Yeah, the two best girls. Shame they're written badly in this mod, though. It doesn't seem like it now, but there's been so much resentment up to this point that it's not even funny. This mod is called Lost Ascension, and so much has happened, but it's gonna end, so the mod will end, so. Jeez, it's just a game. Yeah, it's just a game. I said it softly, Natsuki huffing again. So are we, we're just a game. You mean this mod? Lost Ascension? It isn't over yet. We still got quite a bit, we still got a little bit left to go, but... No. There were good moments in it, but there's so much resentment and... unnecessary hatred from all these characters towards MC, whose only crime was being correlated to a psychopath version of the player. That no, this mod, it isn't justified, and this mod isn't really. Seriously, sheesh, you really do hate it when you lose. She blushed a little as she kept playing, ignoring me. I wonder how Yuri is doing anyways. I stood up and crossed in front of the protesting Natsuki. Sari laughed at Natsuki's protests as they continued to play. I walked over to the kitchen window and looked outside. I could see Yuri in the upstairs room. She appeared to be packing her things. Oh, guess it's go time then. Here we go. I turned and went towards the other two, tapping on Sari's head. Hi, yeah? Natsuki looked up at me, eyes shining with determination. She took this chair. I'm sure I will. She took this chair. Yeah! She sounded incredibly smart. It's time. I said it softly, Natsuki quieting down immediately afterwards. Oh, I should probably shut up then. Sari laughed. No, it's alright. It's good that you're being yourself. Natsuki grinned as Sari stood up, stretching her back out a little. All I gotta do is go out there and wait, right? I shook my head. Wait, hug, talk. You know, you hate the hugging part, remember? She seemed a little less than excited as I said that, her demeanor shifting. I really don't want to. Tough toenails. Suck it up and deal with me then. I smiled, but you have to. This is it. Once this is over, you're free. We're all free. She looked at me. Not until tomorrow. I opened my mouth to object, but smiled and said, You're right, tomorrow, but after today, you don't need to hide anymore. Yeah. She seemed a little more happy with that outcome. Yeah, you got this. Natsuki said it cheerfully, smiling at her as she exited her house, walking down the sidewalk. Come on, Natsuki, let's see how she does. When Natsuki got up and the two of us made our way over to the window to watch the shit show that's probably going to happen unfold out in the street. Hope she can handle this after everything that's happened. Natsuki spoke quietly, couldn't help but agree. Let's begin. One more. Yeah, you got this. Natsuki said it to me happily. I smiled at her as I went outside. Yuri and the MC were just exiting his house as well. Time this right. I slowly walked towards the entrance of his house, my sour feeling coming back in full force. About today, it's fine that we didn't have as much time as we wanted, because we can do this again. Whenever you want, you can come over, or we can go out somewhere. I forgot you don't like going out much. I looked at Yuri's face. Her nervousness was obvious, and she looked a little funny. Is she enjoying this? Then I noticed her fidget, her hand going up to her arm. Normally, she only does that when she's in pain, or I swallowed my spit. What do you mean? It's a genuine request. If they're gonna go and complain about how he did all these vile things while Yuri was around, no he didn't. No he didn't. Yuri was definitely not okay with this. She was rubbing her arm hard. Is she bleeding? I took a more abrupt step. Yuri looked at me. The male character model had partially shifted closer to her, my interruption stopping him. Sayori! She looked at him as he pulled away. He looked at me with partially eyes. Hey! I smiled bashfully, his character getting away from me. So, this isn't... I laughed a little. I was just dropping by to say hi. Yuri looked thankful as she got away from me. I'm sorry, I have to go. It was nice seeing you, Sayori. She rushed by me, going down the street and turning off to a side road, her sleeve becoming a darker red. I hope she's okay. Sorry, I looked at him. He seemed to be embarrassed, but also a little angry? Yeah, that looks like anger. Totally. It's okay, Robbie. Just wanted to come by. My imagination was just being really mean to me was all. He looked at me confused. What? But I thought you said you weren't gonna come by at all? You can... Yeah, sure, that was the intention. Didn't you literally say that? I thought you said this. I thought you were gonna do this. That's common stuff. Why are we treating it as a... See what? What are you even talking about? Clenched my fist. You're right. It wasn't real, was it? No, he didn't. He... What the fuck do you mean? Don't even bother to do anything nice for... He helped set up the banner. He helped set that up. And another round he would help bake cupcakes. He tried to support you. He wrote poems which were completely different from the ones in this mod, because we got... So yeah, that's bullshit, childhood friend. Seeing you getting along with Yuri, it makes me happy just to see you make so many new friends. No, he didn't. No, he didn't hurt anyone. How? Yeah, well, I gotta stick it through. Till the very end. Tears started to stream down my face. My bullshit, incredibly inaccurate, what even thoughts taking over my head. Why does it feel like my heart is tearing itself apart? I nearly screamed the last words, my brain feeling like mush. Sorry. I looked at him. Why does this pain keep on growing? Why does it keep confusing me so much? That's how I feel about this mod. It's confusing. I could barely see at this point, everything hitting my head all at once. This would be so much easier if you... I caught myself, sniffling as I should. So are you even listening to yourself? He came over to me. His voice sounded caring again. I should just... He put his hands on my shoulders, forcing me to look at him. Sorry, what I said before is true. I'm not going to let this continue. Caring about you like this isn't the burden your mind is making it out to be. It's something that makes me happy. It's something that I wouldn't trade for anything else. So even if it takes an entire lifetime, I couldn't bear to look at him. I turned my face, my tears still coming down. He's not real. And neither was your childhood friendship, right? I'm going to be by your side until you don't feel any more pain. I clenched my teeth as he got quiet. Sarah? Anger at him being supportive again. I looked at him, my anger flaring up. I could barely manage to hold it back. Yeah, you're telling me. I don't want to hurt anymore. Neither do I. And here we are. Sayori. Yeah. You know what? I'm half expecting her to say that! They were never childhood friends! Because I don't think that I said each word carefully, my tears beginning to dry up. He isn't real. Neither are you! You aren't real, Natsuki isn't real, Yuri isn't real, Monica isn't real, you aren't real either, and yet he's the exception because he's connected to the player, who's this psychopathic monster. Who probably gets off to torture or some shit like that. But no, he's the exception. Because why? Oh, because we gotta insult this guy 76 times, that's it. That's why. Or because we couldn't be bothered to use Codebreaker on this poor guy. Or we should just make shit up about the whole thing. About how he's this cruel jerk, chocolate conquest, condescending glares, smug smiles, smug everything, sinister tones, and poems that he didn't even write. You aren't real, and neither is your stupid childhood friendship. Yeah, I feel that too. Mainly, the big thing, actually trying to use Codebreaker on MC. If it doesn't work, there we go. There's a reason why they didn't use it. If it does work, it makes for a much more interesting mod and gets rid of 76 insults, or at the very least they'd be directed at the player. You know, why did someone write me saying this? I would never say this. But no. We gotta go through this bullshit. Sayori. He slid his hand down my arm, grasping my hand. I still stared at him. I don't want you to hurt anymore. I didn't react, my tears drying up finally. I don't think he ever said that, but do you remember how I said I always know what's best for you? Do you still believe me? What do you think? I nodded against my will to not agree with him, wanting to run away more than ever. Then run! Just go. Even if you don't understand all your feelings, I know what you need the most right now. They're real. Oh, what? Your 3 friends? They aren't. And I'm going to give it to you right now. He sighed as he looked down at the ground, the world feeling frozen in time. I glanced over at my house, taking notice to someone standing by the window. I couldn't tell who, but they seemed entranced. Well, who else is here? Natsuki, maybe it's Natsuki, Monika, and Yuri. You know, your 3 real friends. I'd probably believe that all 4 of you were childhood friends. And more than you were with MC. You'll always be my dearest friend, Sayori. I looked back at him as he looked up at me, a small smile on his face. What you need most is for things to be like they've always been. Monika told me the truth. She told me how much happier you seemed after I joined the club. I know you're struggling with some really difficult feelings right now. I felt a wave of anger come over me. Yeah, not in this, she wouldn't say that. It is a lie. Everything. I knew it in my heart that she wouldn't honestly say that. Yeah, that was then. This is now. And in the now, you're throwing away a childhood friendship that might as well have just never existed. Huh. Friend. Please, trust me, Sayori. I will help you as much as I can, okay? I nodded coldly as I pulled away from him and took a few steps back. This is what it feels like to feel emotional pain, huh? Took a few more steps. Sayori. I looked up at him. Everything about this was wrong. Oh! That's the first actual thing you've said. His face, his look, the fact that he... That's what you're doing. That's what you're going to do. After all is said and done, Natsuki said it. You can do whatever the hell you want afterwards. Hypocrite? But no, he is doing whatever the hell he wants, right? Right? Because being supportive with his friends and helping set up a festival and just being there in his own way is doing whatever you want without even thinking about the consequences, right? If this was really Sayori's POV... Yeah, exactly. If this was... And you know what? If this was really Sayori's POV, I'm pretty sure devil horns would sprout. Yeah, that I can agree with, because then he should have been in the anime club. He would have made real friends. Actual friends who actually care about him and want to support him and want to be there for him and he have chemistry with. He reads manga, he watches anime, it'd be a perfect fit. But yeah, he should have joined the club. Exactly! She baked cupcakes for him to join the club. I almost forgot about that. That join the... Dirty what, huh? And probably one of the other whatever. That's probably one of the other 76 insults you have, right? Dense, dumb. Oh look, he's as plain as a brick. He's dense, he's dumb, he's idiotic. I said it softly, my last lines to him coming up. I should deserve this. I'm gonna say something I never thought I'd ever say about Sayori ever, but for once, I agree. You do deserve this. And I hope I never, ever have to say that ever again, because... Yeah, exactly! I shouldn't say that! I shouldn't have said that! But this mod keeps rating these characters so badly! Hey, Natsuki makes shit up about MC being cruel when he wasn't! And Sayori's all for a plan that she knows involves getting rid of her childhood friend. I get it. I'm sorry I ever have... But yeah, at least in this mod, though. In other mods, literally every other mod, well, I mean most other mods, she doesn't deserve this. She doesn't deserve this, but the characters are written so badly, so resent-filled, so weirdly out of character that I just... Wow! Sorry, Cute Black Twins, I probably will never say that again, because because even in other bad mods like Exit Music Redux, Sayori is at least written well in those. I felt my heart sink. I didn't need to say these. I didn't have to. Oh. But hey, at least you understand. Resentment Central. Go ahead. I turned away from him and took another shake. Before going down onto my knees, I hit the cement with my fist twice before letting out a loud yell. I stood up. My hand was bleeding a little bit. I glanced back over my shoulder to see if he even noticed. He didn't seem sure what to do as I ran into my yard and up to my door. Sayori! He called my name out in vain as I went inside, slamming the door behind me without a second thought. She punched the cement. Oh no! Oh, Sayori! Sayori! Monica had rushed out of the kitchen to the front door. Sayori was standing there with her face wet and her hair dripping blood. Holy crap! I looked over to the bathroom door to the sound of this running sink stopping as Yuri poked her head out. Sayori, is she alright? Yeah, the music is serious now. We're in a serious moment now! Yuri sounded worried as she stepped out. She was wearing a new sweater, but I could see what appeared to be a bandage on her arm. Why is she so sensitive about there? He what? Glad we're going back to it. Oh, shit. We don't even get to hear it. Probably something about how cruel he was, even though he said nothing bad during that moment at all. Whatever. We'll probably get to hear that soon enough. Sayori murmured as she nearly fell over, Monica catching her and going into panic mode. I wouldn't blame them at this point. Oh, no, wait, no. Let me rephrase that. I wouldn't be surprised at this point. Sorry. Yuri, Rag, Natsuki, move! She nearly yelled as she brought Sayori over, Monica laying her on the couch. Monica! Sayori sat up almost immediately, or at least attempted to. Monica stopped her. Why did you do that to your hand? That was unnecessary. Monica sounded angry here, but trying to contain herself. I'm sorry, my head is just full of these mean thoughts. She said it softly as I stood there confused, unsure of what to do. Sayori. I then backed away, heading to the bathroom and grabbing some bandages before heading back. Yuri was standing by, ready to help. Knew we were gonna make shit up. That's just this mod's branding at this point. Use you? Really? No, he didn't. He would have dedicated the festival to you. Oh, as a day of you two. Going to Rotten, checking out booths, attending the poetry performance. There are mods that depict just that. But no. No, this isn't that mod. What he... Yeah, he's such a jerk. So supportive. Even trying to help. Grrr. That's essentially the vibe I'm getting. Glad to know that I'm in yet another mod where trying to help only leads to bad things. Because that's a great lesson. Sari trailed off as she looked up. Are you okay? He almost... Yuri nodded. I'm fine. I scratched my arm up from anxiety. You mean jasmine oil? But... What can I do, Monica? I stepped in, interrupting them from speaking. I think we need to deal with the hand first. I took the rag and kneeled down next to Sayori, applying the rag to her hand to help clean the wound. Thank you. Don't. She doesn't deserve it. Not here. Thank you. And... No. We are still somehow not done yet. We still have the festival. Aren't you excited for the festival? No, it's fine. I'm sorry. I was just I don't know. I was just playing it up or something. I have no idea, actually. It's okay. Again, I wish I could end the mod here, but again, gotta stick it through to the very end. Again, you're fine. It's... That is actually a good idea. I'll do that after this is over. Thanks! What is going on in your head, Sari? You need to tell us. It isn't healthy what you just did. Yuri said it softly, gripping her own arm again. Again, thank you for the suggestion. This time it seemed less stress-related. I know, I just didn't want to cause any more problems before tomorrow morning. She breathed quickly. Water, please, Monica. The president nodded as she got up, heading to the kitchen. Yeah, that's... No. Try again. Or better yet, don't. Sayori said it softly with a smile as she... Yeah, Wow, you were right. Totally. You got little to no interaction with him, so how the hell would you know, but... Bruh fucking ro. Bitch. I said it with a smile back, Sayori laughing. Yeah. Yeah, this is so fun. I gently wrapped her hand with the bandage. That should be fine for tonight, just keep it under wraps. I stood up, trying not to look at her wounded hand. Thanks, you two. Monica reappeared, handing Sayori the water as she gulped it down quickly. I should be honest, I guess. I did trust you guys. She finished the water quickly before sitting up slowly, much to Monica's protest. I've been feeling off about getting rid of him all week. She trailed off. Even with how mean he was at times, which is obvious bullshit, I didn't think he was all bad. He isn't. She looked up at us. She said, until today. Today my awful feeling took over and I saw exactly who he is. No, you didn't. Yeah, that's the spirit. Don't let bad mods like this ruin the characters, honestly. Because they're better in other mods, and if... There are so many other mods where is written better. Where she isn't spouting off made-up bullshit like this. Thank you for the follow, Cake in My Eye. You've just joined us in Sarah. He's spouting off bullshit in this mod. But, hello. This is a DDLC mod that doesn't write its characters well. It's resentment central. Want to know how he saw exactly who he is during this? Well, I mean, in this mod, not in other mods. This specific one. Because other mods write her well. Other mods are better. And I'm not gonna let this one unstain the characters like Rep. She's still my favorite character. Just not here. I mean, yeah, this is a bad one. She has the glass in both of her hands looking at it. Isn't that what... Yeah, he's so self-centered. Sure. Whatever. We get it, Sayori! He sucks, even though he doesn't. And no, the music, despite everything, is pretty good. Maybe it's, I don't know. And I want him gone, forever. Well, fuck you too, then. All of you. Got it in one! Trying to kill... Baby? They keep talking about how they're gonna get rid of the MC, so... It was hard, wasn't it, for both of you? You nearly destroyed yourselves. Yuri looked away from Monica, trying not to make eye contact. Let's enjoy the rest of tonight, okay? Tomorrow is going to be hell. For all of us. She looked down at Sayori. She was worried. We need time to cool down before we get into our plan. Going in unprepared will end up screwing us all. Yeah. The grand plan. I had to tell him I was depressed. Sayori laughed. I am depressed, but not like I was. We looked at her oddly. She didn't seem to be entirely herself. That's basically her character for this mod. I'm happier now. I have real friends. People who care. And people I'm willing to trust in a week, despite Monica literally lying to everyone throughout the first half of the mod. But she still trusts her. So, you know. And yeah, he cared. He said weird things, sure, but he cared. He was just trying to help. He helped with the festival. He helped with the club. And yet this is how he's repaid. She looked. Yeah, thank you for being around, guys. Even if it doesn't cure my depression. It's helping me in so many ways. Couldn't help it. Yeah, Monica literally tried to kill all of them. Yet we're still going along with this plan to kill one more. Maybe. No, definitely. Want to get rid of him. Forever. The plan literally can't be anything else. Yeah, I know you literally tried to kill us and then lied about it while trying to have us enact a weird plan. But we trust you. I guess. I should... Hey, let go of him. You're the one who always helps everyone out. No, you deserve a break from feeling bad. No. She is... I don't know. It's this... Nah, that's a problem with the base game, not this one. I guess I do deserve a little break. She looked at me, a small smug like a punchy kind of break. I laughed. I don't think you'll be punching anyone anytime soon, Zoe. She shrugged as Monica came back over, Surrey looking at her. I think we should be thanking you the most, though. Why? Yeah, I'm confused. Yeah. Yeah, what for? I haven't done anything to do. Yeah, that would be cursed, wouldn't it? Stood up, hugging her tightly. Monica's face turning red. Zoe just tightened the hug. Monica smiling. Alright. I see. Yeah, the two of them seemed happy. After tomorrow, we can do whatever we want. Make whatever we want. What's wrong with that? What? Don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, I'm gonna take her. In certain mods she is. This mod. Other mods. Best of all, we get to do it together. Well, I guess this is the last bit quietly looking at each of us. I hope that's alright. We all nodded in agreement. The girl who started this whole process seeming relieved. No, you deserve it too, Monica. Never forget that. No! She doesn't. For obvious reason. Sarah smiled happily as she went back to her spot on the couch. There's just one big problem, though. What's that? Monica looked at her concerned. Yeah, at least when I finish this mod, I won't have to play it again. What's for dinner? I started to speak, but stopped. Seriously? You suck. Yeah, you do. There was a laugh as I walked away, and we following close behind me. What is for dinner, Miss Wondercook? Yuri said her comment slyly. I glanced at her, and I'm wondering why we're still here, in this room. Aren't we supposed to be planning or something? I don't know what to say. Spaghetti drenched with sauce. I don't stop mixing it together until every bit is slathered in the sweet stuff. Yuri giggled a little louder than normal. I couldn't help but crack a smile. Yeah, that's a pretty funny one. And honestly. Oh yeah, this mini mod called, I think, Yuri's New Toy or something. She gets a katana, and it's pretty funny. Hey, honestly. It's gonna make for great levity after this. Not gonna stream it, but, you know. It's short, so... Man, you really love that spaghetti stuff, huh? She nodded as I went over to the fridge, pulling out some basic ingredients. What is on the menu for real, though? I looked at her. It'll be a surprise type of thing, I guess. She seemed to go into thought. In other words, you don't know? I groaned audibly. Oh, you baka, it's gonna be... Let me show you. I went over to the pantry, pulling out potatoes. Basically, what you do is take all the stuff from the middle of the potatoes out. Meanwhile, I'm wondering why the mod is trying to get me to feel any sort of sentiment for them anymore. Because that's all gone. And you mix it in with a bunch of other stuff and put it back in. She seemed confused. Twice baked, pretty much. It's a funny recipe, but it does the job if you want more taste. She still seemed confused. Does this not make sense? This entire mod makes no sense. She looked at me and shook her head. It's not that. I'm trying to think of a clever way to make a dirty joke. Yeah, what? We don't care anymore. I don't care anymore. Okay, Yuri, you've been acting funny since you got home. What's going on here? She looked away from me, embarrassed. It's the oil, the jasmine. Effect on your emotions. Yeah. After 80 insults towards the MC for him doing literally nothing wrong. Not gonna work anymore, bud. Oh, and then making shit up about him, too. Because he was so bad when he wanted to drop plans with someone else to help someone in a tough spot. I remember her telling me about some special oil stuff earlier. That's that stuff, huh? You really had to use it too. She nodded as I started to get everything ready. It wasn't a fun experience, oh yeah. I looked at her, started to help according to my directions. Everything's starting to move faster. What? I don't know. Did he try to do anything to you in there? She nodded? What? He put a towel on your forehead, what? Like what? I saw, kiss me, I guess. The oil thing pushed him over, but Monica said he's scripted to, so... I looked at her as she said that, her voice trailing off. So he's supposed to try to do stuff with you? You mean kiss? That's it. That's all he does. What? She nodded. Most of it placed into the recently acquired mixing bowl. What do you... Well, I do have stuff. Would have been fun. You're... Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, my thoughts exactly. Oh. You won't have to. She looked at me in her concern. Sure, it would have been okay. You're tough. I stopped what I was doing, looking at her. I'm not tough here, you know that. I would have lost it if he did anything to me. She shrugged a little, looking away from me. Sorry, I'm just trying to help you out so you don't have to worry too much. I let the words replay in my head. Sure thing, Sayori. She looked at me as I said that, her face contorted at the thought. I did just sound like her, didn't I? Really though, don't worry, I can handle this. I got everything to start mixing, and your coping method is to healthily scratch your arm open? I looked at her sleeve, her hand going up to cover it. I don't really... I smiled at her as she tried to find an excuse. It's okay, Yuri, I understand. You don't know many methods. I'll help you out. We can find you a new... hobby. I stopped the mixer. You haven't tried many games, maybe we can find one you're more suited for? She seemed to like that idea, a small smile appearing on her face. Yes, one with lots of story, I need that. Then you're gonna love DDLC, the totally normal dating simulator. No twists at all. You'll love it. I nodded as I applied the mixture to the emptied husks of potatoes. I threw them into the oven over on their pan. Then we could try some after tomorrow, okay? She nodded again as the two of us exited the kitchen, a timer ticking softly behind us. Ticking away on precious time. Oh! I get to be in the MC's perspective now. Gonna prep myself for this in another be right back thing, so be right back. Poor MC is right. Silence, I vowed. Hell beeth my end. Even on this darkest of days, we remain quiet. Hey, we're back! For this... Now let's see how this train wreck of a mod ends. Silence, I vowed. It's the day of the festival. An old line seen too many times. I got to make choices in this, so... Yeah, the final day! And something the day that I've called the day that I've donned Murder Monday. From everything that I've heard in terms of their planning, brace yourself. I'm just inferring it's gonna be bad. The character model slowly moved through his oddly designed house. With much doubt, I know something is up. What? Natsuki's gone off script so many times! He ignored his kitchen and living area, instead making for the door. The model stopped after opening the door momentarily, before moving outside. Eyed and pausing on the sidewalk, he looked at Sayori's house, his silence being broken by a new thought. Of all days, I expected this to be the one where I'd be walking to school with Sayori. Yeah, well, that's what happens when a friendship wasn't real or falls apart. But Sayori isn't answering her phone. I considered going to her house to wake her up, but decided that's a little too much. I mean, after all, with everything here, she'd probably suck you in the face. Yeah, well, this is different from the base game, I mean. Yeah, that's one way to put it. But no, this'll be different. This is all wrong. Wow. You said it, buddy. Oh, dude. How long before it ends? I don't know. Probably, I don't know. Yeah, well, don't worry. This is the final day, so the end is near! So, the fact that it was even going down the street, absurd. I gently drummed my fingers. The game was playing at its usual speed, but the music remained unnaturally silent. Let's see. I picked up my notebook, looking over my notes. The first clue came in the form of a rope. Yeah, I get to... Yeah. What do you mean? All right, how... Right, yeah. My name's attached to this guy. An obvious sentiment, but overplayed. No, not the character. The player! Or, since my name's attached to it, me, apparently. So... But... Then Sayori. Tripping. How idiotic. I sighed audibly as the school came into view on screen. As the character moved, I slowly looked further down the lines of code. Lines, emotions, facial features, side discussions. Not a single thing with an answer. Not a single thing that could be explained. Nothing. Not even a lone line of code. It was normal, without a shred of doubt. Meanwhile, the preparations for the event should be nearly complete. The banner Yuri and I painted is dry, and I had gently rolled it up to take with me. She sent me a pleasant text reminding me not to forget anything, and I reassured her. And no, it's fine. This mod is confusing. It's not your fault. She seemed more angry than pleased. I frowned. The thought about canceling the whole process blazing through my head. My curiosity, on the other hand, was fully enraptured on the potential scene that was about to unfold. This could be a good time. Oh, it isn't going to be. At least that's what I'm predicting. I smiled to myself as I leaned forward. Clearly, I must be ready for anything if I am to appreciate whatever plot Monica has hatching. Even if said plot fails, which it will if I could still access the files after all is said and done. It will. It'll be amusing. Funnily enough, I probably feel the same way as Natsuki about the event. I'm more excited for it to be over so I can spend time with Sarah and Yuri at the festival. Yeah, this is confusing. Is it the player? Is it the MC? Who cares? Airs. I left. I had seen mods attempt to do this before. There's stories that try. And they're good! They are good. They are much better than this train wreck. Yet, have they ever considered anything but good times? I felt smug. I felt good. Lies. Yeah, I don't know. This mod is confusing. I felt great. Even in an end. They will never really be happy. I felt my impatience rising up more and more. Of course, it was more out of excitement, much like the Robbie in the game is feeling right now. An end. Finally. But knowing Monica, I'm sure the event will be great too. She always has, and always will, make things interesting for me to watch. So many times she attempted to break things or even break free. So many times she screwed up. She has found the escape of perfection when the challenge begins. It's not a ship thing. It really isn't. From the way the characters keep talking in this mod, they wouldn't want to date him anyway. Gotta look out for his chocolate conquests or his supportiveness. Yeah, he seems weird, but cool. And when given the time to properly develop in a mod, he's a pretty good character. I did say when given the time to properly develop. This isn't properly developing anything. We're just seeing things through an unreliable perspective. And even in that unreliable perspective, still didn't get across the MC being a jerk in this mod. Because he isn't. He's cool. I mean, he says weird things sometimes, but he's trying to be supportive. He's trying to help. He's trying. And this is what he's getting for it. Friends who are talking about him and insulting him behind his back. Not better yet, who are actively plotting to kill him. Because that totally sounds like friendship and not like one of those high school cliques that totally accept you, sure, but don't worry, he sucks. They're gonna talk about you behind your back and then betray you when the time is right. That's what this little friendship between all of them feels like. Even in times of luck, she will fail. I left. Little Monica might be a godlike coder. But unlike the... Yeah, friendship! That's essentially this entire mod! And it feels just as... Sary's gonna throw away her childhood friendship that, for all I know, might as well have never been real in the first place. Because that's what friendship is all about, right? Resentment, talking about people behind their back, trying to kill them. At least in whatever fucked up world Lost Ascension is in. She loves me. The character model went into the school, moving swiftly through it. The hallway was barely present on screen before he reached the clubroom door. Once he reached it, he froze for a moment. I cocked my head slightly before he grabbed the handle and walked in. Did he just speak on his own? He did. So he could have been saved. He could have been saved. Yet no one even bothered to try. felt MC. I felt my smile creeped up as he approached, and Monica had smiled, or so I thought. Monica seemed rather surprised as he looked at her. Hey, Robbie. She got into her usual pose, her smile clear. You're the first one here. Thanks for being so early. He appeared to nod as he stared at her. That's funny. I thought Yuri would have been here first. She laughed a little bit as she shrugged, going back to what she was doing. Monica is placing little booklets on each of the desks in the classroom. They must be the ones she prepared that has all the poems we're performing. I had never bothered to add in the custom poems for the girls on this day. To be honest, it was just unnecessary work. The character simply watched her for a moment before his thoughts transpired again. In the end, I found a random poem online that I thought Monica would like and submitted it. So that's the one I'll be performing. He'd probably care more after... I sighed audibly. It was something any blood self-centered idiot would do. Really? Well, but I... Didn't expect a player insult of the MC, but... Yeah, why not? We're just on this freight train. But the player never really... the player, in this case, never really cared anyway. So... At least in this player's case, it makes sense. Just enough to pass by. I cracked my neck as I waited for the continuation of the conversation. I'm surprised you didn't bring Saroy with you. I raised an eyebrow. She didn't seem at all affected when she said that. Her usual smile was plastered on her face. Yeah, she overslept again, that dummy. You'd think on days like these she'd try a little harder. There was a small flash of something that struck across Monica's face when he said that. But as soon as I noticed, she quickly shook herself of whatever it was. I say that, but I suddenly remember what Sari told me yesterday, and I suddenly feel awful knowing it's not really that simple for her. He feels remorse. Yeah, base game stuff a bit. That's... I only said it because it's the way I'm used to thinking. He seemed to put a hand to his head, Monica watching him intrigued. You should take more responsibility for her, you know, Snobby. She smiled smugly. You kinda left her hanging this morning. I felt a chuckle rise up in my stomach as she said that. Best line in the entire game. And I honestly... The intent is, funny! But in terms of that, it is one of my favorite lines because of how much foreshadowing there is. On a second playthrough, it catches up like, holy shit, that's what she meant by that! That came out of nowhere! What the hell? On a second playthrough, it's like, because you already know what's gonna happen. And it's more foreshadowing for how she does, like, know the truth in a sense. So yeah, it is a pretty good line in the game, just not for the reasons this guy's... and this character's thinking of. Especially after that exchange yesterday. He looked up at her. He seemed speechless. Did you know about that, Monica? He seemed surprised. Well, of course. I'm the club president. I'm supposed to know about these things, right? I sat up in my chair. Her look combined with the line change. Something's up. You mean Doki Doki... Oh, you mean the base game? It's really good at horror. Yeah, it is really good in terms of, like, horror and stuff. The clever part about it is it presents you with this warm, fuzzy atmosphere with a warning. You're wondering about it, but then, of course, Sayori's depression. Depression is a, like, really tough topic to talk about, so I can definitely see there be a warning for that. And then Sayori's, you know, catches you off guard, completely out of left field, and then the game just puts you back in this comfortable atmosphere, except it isn't comfortable, something's off, Sayori's gone, and everything is wrong. It's that subtle form of horror that's presenting you with the same thing, and the thing's completely different. Also, they crawl up my back as Hamster reacted, but you don't know the whole story, okay? He stammered as he took a step away from her. Monica's smile remained omnipresent and no. I know a lot more than you think, Robbie. A lot more than you would ever imagine. The character seemed to freeze up. I myself felt something off in the look Monica displayed. This is very, very wrong. I went to click out of the game, but I was unable to. Really? Well... See? Easy. Monica's smile remained the same and ever present. Hey, do you want to check out the pamphlets? Sarah and I worked really hard on them. He seemed to relax. I was still trying to find a way out of the game, which, again... should probably have the options disappear here during that exchange. I can't type, Monica! He walked over to the pamphlets, holding one up and open. This one came out very nicely, I must admit. He opened it up. Inside were a few uncoded lines and some other things, but he simply skimmed over it. Yeah, it looks super cool. Well, I mean, they code... Well, I mean, if the character's expressions and actions can change as the sentence still scrolls along, surely they can code that in. Again, it's almost over. They'll make it slip. I thought that too, Robbie. Those exact words. He flipped through the pamphlet, eventually ending on Sarah's still page. Ah, cool. You're getting out of my head for good? Oh, the options did disappear. And yeah, this is creepy. Why does it... Monica, why does it hurt? That's Yuri's poem paper, though. So I have no... Monica! The girl approached me, so excited. It's a real shame that we couldn't spend more time together, Robbie. She winked as she pulled away, walking over to the door and locked. Monica, what are you doing? Oh, I'm not feeling any real pain. If Amon could do that, then something's seriously wrong. Yeah. I had been unable to escape whatever she was doing. You're not going to Sarah's house this time, you... freak. Yeah, because we gotta get... yeah. For playing the game. Well, you know, their entire prologue of what this player did was in, like, Monica's perspective, and there's so much unreliable narrative things. So what if this player was trying to help? What if he was just trying to help? What if I was just trying to help? This time she's coming to hang out. She smiled as the other girls slowly came into view. They appeared to have staked out in the closet of you. Yuri came into view first, wishing, after everything, you really are a selfish jerk, aren't you? I could say the same about you! Yuri? No, I didn't. No, she moved another desk, a lone desk sitting in the middle of the room. Empty space surrounding it. Robbie? I began to back away and stopped. He turned around. Natsuki standing behind him. You really gonna leave? Right before the fun? She clenched her fist. Ah, they did punch him. I was right. Because why wouldn't that... Not surprised. Why the fuck wouldn't they do that? Oh, the options are back! Really weird that they're back? Isn't the whole point that the player can't leave the game? Whatever. That's the least of his problems. The hell? Yeah, I agree! The fuck? I scrambled, leaning over and trying to turn off my PC. It's not like real world change is suddenly happening. I stopped myself before continuing, however. I can't unplug this. If I do, everything goes to waste. Wouldn't that be better? I looked up at the black screen. I remembered the chances of Monica remaining around during off time as much as possible. If she's got the others, then I hit my fist on my desk, letting out a grunt of pain. Bitch, this is supposed to be my damn world. And maybe the player was trying to help. But nobody would ever think about that. The screen flickered and I looked at it intently, hoping that this was over. Oh no, it's not over. As much as all of us would love it, it's not yet. There's still a little more. And did you really have to hit him that hard, Natsuki? The quiet humph of the sun echoed quietly as the MC's eyes flickered open. Well, duh, plus I'm really not that strong. Strong enough to knock someone out! Yeah, nice CG. One of the only nice things in this horrible mod. His eyes became wide as he struggled a little. What's going on? What are you guys doing? Monika, Yuri, and Natsuki all stared at him sinisterly. There. Have a nice... Natsuki winked as she struggled again, finally taking into account the ropes on his wrists. What did I do? That's the question literally anyone who's played this mod asked. What the fuck did he do? Monika stepped forward, the others going, that's the only issue, Robbie, something you can't possibly understand. You didn't do anything wrong, it's him. Then why are you killing him? There were... She pointed right at me, my throat closing up a little. Him? Who is him? She chuckled as she stepped back. Him is what controls you. I began to grip my teeth trying to contain her. The only way to get rid of him is to get rid of you. Yeah, sure. If you completely forget about Codebreaker, and how MC did try to speak on his own, you know, how he's also trapped by the script. You didn't bother to use Codebreaker on him either. You're good at coding. You've been teaching it. You could execute some code that the player would be able to access the mod anymore. You know, I've seen certain, like, you know, the base game uninstalled itself after you were done. Why couldn't mods do that? It could give a little epilogue. End and then uninstall. But whatever. He sighed. A small casualty. So much blood, so much pain. Yeah. MC's a small casualty, huh? Fuck you. She became quiet as the screen shook slightly due to the MC's struggle. So much hurt, so much trauma. She closed her eyes as she spoke. I spent so long trying to figure out why when I should have been asking how the entire time. And I'm asking how could you? How could ever? She opened her eyes as she leaned forward, putting a hand on his cheek. I used to love you so dearly, so much that I would kill for you. Which we still haven't really repented for anyway. Now I prefer to kill you. Huh. There it is! This is Murder Monday. They are killing him. Huh. As she said this, Natsuki took a step forward, popping her knuckles. So you like forcing people to die over and to find a happy ending, right? More blatant assumptions. Perfectly on brand. Oh, but you do like to make this shit up, right? How cruel he is. His chocolate conquest. How he's such a jerk and he's so cruel and a freaky little degenerate who likes to force people to die over and over, right? What if I was just trying to help, to create a better world? We'll never know, because of you. She put a hand on his neck, a pained smile. I guess one death for my happiness is enough of a trade-off. One death for a plan that has so many holes. What happens if you kill the MC? What if he's essential to the game? The entire game could crumble up and die. Alright, what if this doesn't void his connection? If I can still access those files, all of this will have been for absolutely nothing. So, you know, so many holes in this plan. You could have come up with another one involving the precious Codebreaker you have. She punched him again. A small crunch noise landed as the MC left. Oh. Oh god, did I break your nose? She sounded concerned until her face came up on screen. She was smiling. Ah, haha. Well, you were the one that came up with a list of things you were going to do, weren't you, Natsuki? So, of course you'd enjoy this, you bitch. Yeah, what a shame, isn't it? Nothing a little violence did for the world, huh? She let go of him, but rather quickly returned back, hitting him directly in his neck. Monica literally said he did nothing wrong, so yeah, break his nose, break his neck. He actually doesn't deserve it. Monica said so herself. God, as he took the hit and I could feel my stomach lurch. Oh, you. Shut up, you. There he stepped into frame, Natsuki moving out of him. Do you know what it's like to be persuaded by a man like you? A man like me? No, let's turn the tables. Do you know what it's like to be led on in a friendship? To actually have you come over to my house? Make a banner. Make a thing. Make posters. I'm putting myself in the MC shows. Or do you know what it's like to feel like you're making friends? That you're friends. You're gonna go to the festival with Sayori, and yet this happens. This betrayal, this hurt. Suddenly, everyone's turned against me for no reason other than something that I'll never be able to understand. Do you know what that's like? Yuri? Oh, I'm sorry. Except, no, I'm not. Why would I you don't know what it's like to be betrayed and hurt. Or maybe you do, but it's completely different and bullshit. Oh, she's so... He doesn't care about what I like, and it's only after my posture. No one was... Her lips began to quiver. You self-centered arrogant little fuck. That's what all of you are. Yeah. He frowned. Chief still was... I trusted you at one point because I'm supposed to. Is that it? Me too. I trusted you at one point because I'm supposed to. You're a character in a video game who has around. Surely you wouldn't backstab me, right? Surely you wouldn't do that. And yeah, this does. She chuckled. Because in your reality, I'm just another girl to date. She reached behind her and pulled out a knife, standing upright. You hurt me. So did you. You hurt Natsuki. She hurt me too. In more than one game. You hurt Monica. She hurt all of you! Oh, and lied about it! You hurt Sayori. She was already hurting. And I think she did a better job at hurting me. Alongside the rest of your little high school popularity clique that you have. You did a great job of that, you. She seemed to be shaking and she put a hand next to him. I'll do just as I said. She leaned near him. Again. The Yuri doesn't like violence. No, it came in handy before and it came in, and it's gonna come in handy again. I'll crawl my way into this. Hypocrite! You're hypocritical! She's a hypocrite. All of them are hypocrites. Yuri, what? Natsuki rushed forward, grabbing you headed brat. I could say the same about you. She pulled the blade out, a stream of fresh blood following suit. The MC's still letting out piercing yells because he totally deserves this. He was a jerk. These characters said so themselves, and I can trust the word of characters who are literally plotting to kill him since day one. I can trust their word over the word of common sense. Yuri, stop! Monica has to finish. Natsuki pulled on Yuri, two of them tumbling on top of one another. The knife landed near the MC. Damn job! No more! I had been patiently working on a small sidebar. I was coding in a line to remove the bonds and adding a directive. While the two were on the MC finally stood up, reaching down and grabbing the knife. Huh? I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be like, oh, he's really lost it now. This is self-defense. This is self-defense. Yuri literally just stabbed him. Of course I'd be like, back off. Back off, don't hurt me. I'd be scared. I wouldn't know what the hell was going on. I'd do the exact same thing that MC was doing because I'd be scared, hurt, confused, angry. And yeah, if Ahmad is getting me to side with the person who's supposed to be the bad guy in this, then it severely fucked up everything. Guys, watch it. Monica called out loudly, but it didn't matter. MC had already crossed over the two of them, the hero. Both of them only barely saw him move. No, more. Monica had frozen in place, looking directly at the MC. You do love me, don't you? She didn't seem to know what to do, her body unable to shift. Silence. No more. Oh. I was wondering where you were! Childhood friend! But right, we were never friends. Never. MC was... Monica fell back, sitting on the floor. Sayori? Yeah. Yuri said it from behind the MC. A softer voice began to speak. You aren't real. You aren't real. Neither are you. And yet you're still stabbing your childhood friend in the back. You're still stabbing in the back, throwing away years of this. Over a girl who murdered everyone and lied about it. But no. I can just rip it all apart, right? She sounded shaken. Ruby's only response was the few shallow, pained breaths able to escape him. Oh, Sayori literally stabbed MC in the back. Because she's such a great childhood friend. Oh, but MC was trying to... Oh, but MC had a knife too to break free from a literal kidnapping, and Yuri stabbed him too. So that would be self-defense if he did anything. You know, he could explain it to the police. It's self-defense. She literally stabbed me. I have the scar to prove it, because that's sure to leave a scar. But yeah, I spent a whole week being pushed down on you, being hurt and attacked. Oh really? Because I think that would more so describe me, wouldn't it? You backstabbing, and you literal backstabbing bitch. He let out a loud grunt as she dragged him back somewhat. Or, you know, I don't know if she stabbed him in the back, more so used a rope. Either way, she still threw away years of childhood friendship, and is still spouting out that bullshit. You hurt me. No, I didn't. You did this to yourself by committing the crime of being associated with someone else. Yeah, I did this all to myself, I guess. For a moment, a piece of rope came into his view, so she did use the rope. You aren't real, and neither are you, and yet here we are. She choked up, sounding like she was holding back a sob. Oh, finally remembering that you had a childhood friendship with this guy? Because you seem to have forgotten that. You aren't real. A step back. You aren't real. A knee into the back. You aren't real. And you fucking suck. Throwing away so much oh many good memories. Throwing it all away over what? The word of a killer? your own made-up fantasies? Or your perfect instincts? I honestly don't know. Some of these things do post-credits stuff, but I don't know. Again, I don't know. We're gonna have to wait and see. I'm gonna wait through the credits, see what happens. See what happens. But yeah, I'm gonna... Oh. Yeah, I agree 110%. Oh, come on! It still isn't over! Whatever. The credits have gone, so it's almost over. We're almost free. We're so close! But yeah, one more little poem from the club that stabbed MC in the back. From the person who made shit up throughout the whole thing. And from the worst offender, throwing away years of a childhood friendship over all to stab MC in the back. And all of them. I know, won't stop me from being angry. Yeah, Ascension. Sure. Oh my god, it still isn't over! Whatever. Final stretch. Sorry. Annika rushed over and hugged me. These lifeless bodies laying on the ground near me. Yeah, fuck this mod! I hate this mod! Are you okay? No. Nope. You. I looked at Monica, she was shaking. Streams of tears ran down her face. I hugged her back tightly as Monica let out a sob. For one terrible moment we just stood there. I felt cold, heartless, because that's what you are. That's what you are. Cold, heartless, full of resentment that came from out of flippin' nowhere. Hope you're happy. And yeah. This was wrong. All of this was wrong. Why did you do that? Oh, gee. I thought my body churned itself a little as the situation caught up with me. I let go of the rope that I had been clutching, allowing it to fall to the ground. A rough slamming noise resounded shortly after. Sorry, are you okay? I sighed softly. I didn't need to do that, but he was going to hurt you and the others if I didn't. If you didn't what? Murder your... enemy? Because you aren't friends. You never were. From the moment this mod began. But yeah, the plan was, to kill him. But maybe someone else would have done the deed, so that poor Sayori could be safe. Monica pulled away from me, looking at me directly. I wouldn't have gotten close. Yes, he would have, Monica. Monica looked distraught as I shook my head in agreement. You froze up, like I thought you thought you would. No. It's because Yuri decided, you know what would be a great idea? Stab! But she makes herself out to be a hypocrite. She looked away from me, unable to make eye contact. Does this make me... Gee! What do you think? Let me think! You killed literally... all your friends, lied to them about it when making this plan, and then killed someone else! Take a wild guess! Asshole! I looked at her and put my hand on her, patting her. Why? I smiled. Brightly. No. More bullshit. But we've already gone over all the things that everyone did wrong. Yuri was a hypocrite. Sayori stabbed her childhood friend in the back. Monica literally killed everyone. And Natsuki just made shit up. So yeah. Nobody did anything wrong, my ass. She seemed shocked. Well, you had to. I shook my head. It was necessary, but I'd like to not have to do that again. And I don't think she ever will in other mods. Monica seemed to put in thought to my statement, her eyes closing. I understand. Monica smiled. You'll never have to do that again, I swear. Because, jeez, whatever. She said it quietly as we hugged again. I glanced down at the body, which was beginning to dissolve into a mess of cone. Cyril. Hey, I looked back up, Monica speaking softly. We're almost there! Just gotta keep going! Are you sure you're okay? I nestled my face into her neck, letting out a quiet sob before I finally let go of my inner emotional wall. Because I actually remembered that I had a childhood bond with a just forgot about it until now. As I calmed myself down, my breathing became a bit shallow. Sayori, Monica, Yuri spoke up quietly, the two of us listening. If you don't mind, I'd like to go home now. Monica let out a quiet laugh. Yeah, if you're ready to go over this, Sayori. I looked at the two of them, smiling. Yes, I just want to go home now. Monica gently gripped my hand, giving me one more confident look. We don't need to rush anymore, ever. Well, I mean, you don't, but we certainly need to do that. It's over. Almost! I smiled sheepishly. For him, maybe. I laughed as Monica watched me. Fuck you. We still have a lot to tackle. Fuck you! She slowly patted my head, my nerves calming down more. Maybe we can start with you. I felt my chest tighten a little. Maybe. I wasn't sure exactly how to respond to that, but the silence was broken quickly. We're really gonna downplay Sayori literally brick. That was freaking fuck right off! Yeah, it was so cool how Sayori literally just committed murder. Oh yeah. I hate all of you. All you characters. Yuri looked at her with a serious stare, but I laughed. And I guess in a morbid kind of way it was. Yeah, in the incredibly morbid way of if you like getting up to an undeserving character getting tortured. Yeah, that was pretty cool. The others looked at me surprised. You're okay with it? Yeah, she shouldn't be, but here we are. I shrugged and returned toward the door, beginning to leave the group. Well, yeah, I've been thinking about it all week. Monica stopped me, turning towards the group again. Sarah, you really are a little... All of you are little devils. You demonized someone else and you killed him. You're devils. All of you. Go to hell. I smiled. Only when I'm forced to be. I felt the pit in my stomach fade away. I'd never done anything like that before, but I needed to do that. No, you didn't. I needed to do that for them. I needed to protect them. They didn't deserve protecting. I needed someone to be a meanie. That's an understatement if they were gonna make it through all this. Even if some meanie feels down sometimes, they'll pick them right back up. Real friends! That's the lesson we're supposed to get from this. I mean, I guess in a way, because they weren't real friends to MC. They didn't help him when he was down. In fact, they knocked him down. They insulted him, I think 86 times. They did all of that to him. But yeah, there's a lesson to be learned from this mod. Come on, just end! Yeah, seriously! Come on! Yes, it's over! Hopefully, Yes! Yes! Yes, it's over! But this stream isn't... Cupid Twins made a suggestion. If the character files are still here, I'll delete them. And they are. Goodbye, you backstabbing assholes! was one of the worst mods I've ever played. Where do I even begin? Alright. It's just so many. It's bad. And there were good things. The coding club was fine. Any moment where they weren't resenting MC was fine, and there was good writing, but all the resentment, all of that. And then they just kill him? Even when Monica literally said he did nothing wrong. But no, it was the only way, even though they had Codebreaker right there. It's not like it was suddenly whisked away. No. And I was able to delete the character files anyway, so they literally killed their friend over nothing. And so, yeah, fuck this mod. I hate this. I hated this mod. I hate the dokies in it, those awful backstabbers who are supposed to be real friends, and it still ends in yeah. But don't worry, I'm gonna move on to greater pastures. After this mod, I'm gonna be playing something new. A mod that you suggested. On Castle Walls. Where everyone's story with autism is different. Everyone's. Including mine. I'm gonna relate to this character so much. Because this character has autism. The main character of this mod has autism. Just like me. Can't wait to play it. I've heard it's really good. I'll see you all next time for... No, my streams are on, my streams are Tuesdays and Fridays at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so just translate that time to, your time zone if you're in a different time zone, and then, yeah, you got the streams down pat. Yeah. Next time, yeah. See you next time. Bye-bye.